You ready to play this awesome campaign? Just kidding, this is the original game. I didn't buy the new one, because it turns out it'll be exclusive to PS4 for a month. I figured I should make this little update to say I won't be posting any playthrough anytime soon, since I made it sound like I would be in the previous video, and I have already gotten questions about that. Oh, how innocently hyped I sounded yesterday. But I'm sorry, it'll happen at some point down the road, if you still want to watch me play it then. Of course it is disappointing. Now it makes a little more sense why this wasn't exactly hyped up. There were no green digital teasers, no lead up at all really, just a tweet that you can buy it. Like this is no big deal. I think it's a big deal. I know it's only the campaign, but it's iconic. And to be playing with the remastered guns and environments, I still think will be pretty darn cool. But this certainly takes a lot of wind out of those sails. No doubt many people on Xbox and PC will not be buying it at all now, since they can just watch a playthrough and get the gist of it. A month from now, it'll be old news. And yeah, makes sense. I guess it's about time they lock something away that I actually cared about, because I really didn't care about Spec Ops Survival. I wouldn't be playing that regardless, and overall this year, things have been going very well. No multiplayer exclusivity at all, everything for free for everyone at the same time, Warzone totally free, no loot boxes, it's April, and we haven't been fucked over by something in the store, just some expensive cosmetics you can buy if you want to for whatever reason. It's gone pretty darn well, and I'd say this is still not as bad as giving a multiplayer advantage. It's just a bummer, because something awesome that should be bringing people together over a beloved game is doing the opposite. This is nothing new, of course. The COD 4 remaster had its campaign come out a month early on PS4, and I didn't see that as a terrible thing since the full multiplayer was coming out for everyone at the same time, and that felt like the important part for people to be on an even playing field. Everyone was mainly looking forward to that, but because the campaign is the whole thing here, it feels a little worse, nothing to look forward to. And I have seen that this might be because the deal for this campaign remaster was signed ages ago, before any of the exclusivity reform around the game this year. So it might be that, and not because it was a bargaining chip to get the multiplayer stuff freed up this year. I don't know the details, and who cares? At the end of the day, the game is over a decade old. I can handle waiting a bit longer. It isn't like you can spoil the plot for me, and I won't be watching any playthroughs or any footage, so I can still experience it myself. And no, I'm not actually going to play through the old game here. I do still own a PS4, and as a supposedly professional YouTube person, I should really be buying it and playing it on there, dusting it off again. But you know, I kinda just don't want to. Partly because I remember my Elgato developed that glitchy recording problem where it skips every now and then, but also because I think there'd be grumpy overtones about being forced to have bought it on PS4, and I don't want to be grumpy playing through Modern Warfare 2. I want to be excited and marveling at every little detail and complimenting the soundtrack every 5 minutes. So I think it'd be better all around if I just waited and played it on PC. I know some people are in the camp that it'd be dumb to buy it, period. Oh, it's the same game, forehead, why buy it twice? But that's kind of stupid. You're not a genius for thinking that you're not being tricked into buying something twice. Guess what? Some people want to play it. Sure, they're exploiting nostalgia, but they're allowed to do that. That isn't a trick. It's either worth your money for the experience, or it isn't. If it isn't worth it, that's totally fine. The dumb part is when you tell other people it isn't worth it to them. I know it's very fun to project your opinion and your values onto other people, but that makes you an asshole, and also too dumb to realize other people might think differently than you. So maybe stop pretending you're better than everyone and let people have fun. Maybe you want to enjoy the nostalgia, or maybe you never played the original, and this is a good chance to pick it up with the better graphics and modern settings. That's a big part of it for me. You know how bad the sensitivity and movement options are for PC Modern Warfare 2? It's a decade-old port of a game. There's a single sensitivity bar where you have to find just the right pixel. Tons of options are missing, and you can't even break your sprint by aiming down sight. You have to stop first. That messes me up all the time. The remaster is $20, and it comes with some other good cosmetics that you may or may not care about. I really don't, but you know, in a way, the whole thing is just a cosmetic purchase, except instead of a single character or gun skin that I don't see value in personally, this is a skin for an entire game. Audio, textures, guns, gameplay. I get to relive all that. They even got the museum in there. That's worth $20 by itself. Maybe not. But I'm just saying, yeah, it isn't a new story, but it's still a hell of a lot of work to put together a remaster like this, so either buy it or don't. If watching a playthrough is all you want, then do that. Especially with the month delay for a lot of people, that makes sense. None of that needed to be said, but it is fun. One more thing I may as well throw in this video, since the previous one was all about the viability of MW2 multiplayer. Activision, of course, said some stuff about why there isn't a multiplayer. To summarize, their focus is on bringing players together, that's funny, in one unified multiplayer, which you can see in all the free-to-play stuff and crossplay. So they're going to keep expanding the Modern Warfare universe with more classic maps rather than release a standalone multiplayer experience. As we talked about before, not wanting to split people up. So expect to see more Modern Warfare 2 maps being remade. They have no plans for an MW2 multiplayer at this time. And that's what we already knew. Honestly, that statement means literally nothing. Obviously, they're going to say that their plan is to keep supporting the current game so people don't abandon it, just like when they say Warzone will be supported for years to come. I believe that's likely with how it's free to play, but it's all about the numbers. If the player base is there and it's profitable, they'll keep supporting it. If not, they'll move on. Not rocket science. And when they say they have no plans for any remastered MW2 multiplayer, yeah, obviously they'd say that. They also had no plans for a BR mode all year, until suddenly they did, even when we knew that was the plan for the Verdansk map before the game even launched. Alright, that's all. A big old bummer all around. But in a way, this might work out better for me. I can put my full attention into covering Season 3 next week, and then either a month from now, or even later, when I want to do a playthrough of the remastered masterpiece, I can put my full attention into that, and making the episodes fun, instead of killing myself trying to rush it out in a week. Well, enjoy your playthrough if you're picking it up on PS4. Xbox PC gang, you're with me. We can hang out, do something else. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.